Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going over Varelik's defense. We're just going to jump right into it. Regrade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Team number 1. This looks like a junk team thrown together, and that's perfectly fine. Let's see if we can get my microphone out of the way so you guys see what the power levels are and stuff here. There we go. So, you know, Ghost is a character that we usually build for like Dark Dimension runs and stuff. She's a striker. That's good. Blue ISO. You've got this character War Ready. You might as well make Vision War Ready, although he is a crap tune, but you're only one, you know, you're just one thing away from getting him built up. And then you got these guys. These guys aren't even worth making War Ready. This is a junk filler team. I don't see any way to improve it other than making Vision War Ready, but he's, you know, this isn't really what it's about. It's about just Ghost tricking people with this lopsided power level. The other thing you could do is you could replace Vision with Ultron and you'd have a villain tech team. That'd be a lot better. You might actually get a defensive victory out of that. You never know if people misunderestimate it. Depends on where your Ultron is. You know, if your Ultron's about 80 to 100K, he'd be a really good fit for this team because he wouldn't alter this power level too much. And people are starting to underestimate Ultron these days. So all in all, there's nothing really wrong here. You could do a few things better. I'm going to give you a B for that team. Team number 2 is a Wave 1 Avengers. This is great right here. This is what everybody should be doing. We've got Black Widow on Skillitary, so you're throwing in the anti-blind guy, right? You're throwing in Heimdall. There's his name. You're throwing in Heimdall in here to keep the blinds off of Thor, which is fantastic. You should probably change Heimdall to a Raider, but Skirmisher is okay. It's just he does AoEs on all of his attacks. They hit multiple people on all of his attacks, so he's a good fit for Raider. He doesn't have a good basic counter assist or anything like that, but you know, sometimes just placing out that single vulnerable is nice too. I think Raider would be a little bit better. You could get some more damage out of him. Of course, he's not really a damage dealer. So Raider on Thor, that's perfect. Make Hawkeye War Ready, and I think you got yourself a winner. So yeah, so 2 War Readies, might switch that. Otherwise, this is really good. I'm thinking B+ for this team. You're going in the right direction. You could invest some more power in the team overall. It's a great filler team. You know, you could bring him up to 500, but that's kind of, you know, they're an old team. That's just up to you if you're wanting to spend the resources on war defense, which who really wants to do that these days? Okay, Fantastic Four with She-Hulk, perfect placement, perfect ISOs. You got Healer on her, that's okay. I prefer Fortifier or Skirmisher, but Healer is just as good. I won't dock you for that. So if you can make these 2 guys War Ready, I can give you an A as is. This is gonna be an A-. You might even bring up the power level on Mr. Fantastic a touch. Team number 4 is the Skillitary team with Captain Marvel in place of Punisher. I don't know why you have Captain Marvel in here in place of Punisher. Your Punisher must be like really low. I mean, that's okay, but you get a lot of value out of Punisher. He does damage as a striker. You usually get this triple tap off of him. I think you should change Black Widow to a Skirmisher if you're gonna bring Punisher in here. Without Punisher in here, just don't even worry about it. It's kind of a filler team without Punisher. So bring in Punisher, switch her to a Skirmisher. I don't think you even need to make him War Ready, this guy. You should make him a Skirmisher to get the extra vulnerable out there because you've got 3 strikers, 1 person putting out vulnerables. That's not very good. I would definitely change him to a level 1, 1.1 ISO Skirmisher because you don't need him to be War Ready. You don't need him to do anything but spawn in. And if he does take a turn, he'll put out 1 vulnerable for somebody else to work off of. So that's probably the way to go. It doesn't cost you anything to switch that over. You'd be getting a vulnerable in the field. He's still spawning in, giving his passive bonus to the rest of the team, which is all he's good for. But yeah, let's get Punisher in here. Let's switch that to a Skirmisher. Everything else is looking pretty good. Oh, whoops. We got to get Red Guardian off to the side. He needs to be off to the side. He doesn't really do anything adjacent. I think Yelena Belova has something adjacent going on. I'm not certain of that. It's not a team I play with that much. But yeah, get Red Guardian to the outside. So we got a lot of things we could work on. Let's go with a C for that because there's so many different tweaks we could do. Team number 5 is this Inhumans hybrid. You're throwing in Doc Ock in place of what is normally Silver Surfer. Perfectly fine. I like that you're putting the deflects on these 2 because these 2 help keep the rest of the team alive. So he's keeping them alive. They're keeping everybody else alive. It's a big team effort. I like it. You could put a little power into Coulson. He does work on this team, and he is coming in on some new hybrid defenses that we're seeing. He still has value in the game. Kind of niche player, but it doesn't hurt to build him up. Definitely make him war ready. Yeah, otherwise you're doing good. You could make him a raider if you want to get more vulnerables on the field, but you're 2 and 2, so it's not necessary. His basic does turn me to rewind. So yeah, let's just put one more ISO on him to get him war ready where he's at. And otherwise, I think this is an A- team. Pretty good. Team number 6 is an Uncanny hybrid build. We've got Colossus off to the side as a fortifier. He is a little underpowered, so fortifier is the right choice in this circumstance. Otherwise, I kind of like him as a skirmisher. Mr. Hargrave kept telling me, oh, he's got to be fortifier. He's got to be fortifier. And if you look, Hargrave's running him as a skirmisher now. Just like to point that out. Okay, Phoenix, yeah, she's whatever. You don't really need to put the ISOs in Phoenix. I mean, I guess you can make her war ready. But remember that her ISO bonus doesn't carry over to Dark Phoenix, just the stat boost you get from putting the points into it. Let's see here. Wolverine on this team, he's okay. You should definitely make him a striker on this team, though, so that he's coming back with his assist, which gives him speed up. He needs that speed. He really does. Even after his rework, he's still kind of slow. And his ult is pretty powerful if you can get to it in time. Shuri in here giving them defense up. I'm not sure if Shuri's a very good fit for this team. You kind of want your Phoenix to die, so putting defense up on Phoenix in the beginning kind of makes it like, I don't know. And the other people that need defense up, like Colossus is giving it to himself and then taunting and stuff. So I think Shuri's a bad fit for this team. You should use her someplace else. Get somebody in here like, depending if you're using your Axemen, then don't worry about it. But if you don't have Jubilee or something, you could throw in Bishop in here, although that's not a great fit. Beast is probably, the Beast is what I mean. You want Beast in here, not Bishop. You don't want Bishop in here. You want Beast in here in place of her if you're not using your Astonishing X-Men. If you have a full Astonishing X-Men team, then you should be using those on offense. Let's see, who else could you throw in here? Probably Storm is going to be the best fit. A more traditional build for the Uncanny is Storm or Magik. Let's see what else you've got, because I know there's something else coming up, and we'll come back to grade this one. Okay, over here is your Marauders. This is where you should probably be putting Wolverine. Put him in place of Minerva. Now, Minerva's good on this team, but your Strife is built up enough that he's probably going to hold. If he dies, she'll revive him, but it's not really a big deal. I think you're going to get more value out of Wolverine here with the synergy that he has with the rest of these Weapon X people and get more damage. Again, as a striker, you've got enough skirmishers and raiders in here for Wolverine to make a good fit, and you'll get more damage output out of this team, killing people faster rather than just trying to be one of those teams that survives. So back to this one. Let's get rid of Wolverine. Let's get Magik unlocked and in here, and then Storm, and just make a traditional Uncanny team is going to be the best bet. As for what you've got going on here, if you don't have those characters up and running and you're just throwing it in to fill it, it's okay, but I really don't like Shuri. I don't like that defense up on spawn. It's kind of counterintuitive to what you want to happen with this team. So I think you've got a C+ going here. And this Marauder build is pretty good as is. If you don't want to move Wolverine over to this team, then you don't need to worry about it. Hold on a second. Why is that working? Oh, there we go. If you don't want to move Wolverine over here, then, you know, this is a good build. It's a little bit more traditional. This Samurai guy, he doesn't work out the way you'd think he does. You think he's going to taunt and make the taunt last longer from Strife or something. Usually doesn't play out that way, but he's still just a good character to fit in here. He's got the synergy with Sabretooth and stuff. So this is okay. I like Raider, Healer, Skirmisher, and Fortifier. Those are great. Placement's good. So this is an A team. I just think that you should bring Wolverine in here for a better fit if you want to. Team number 8 is the Web Warriors with Squirrel Girl. I run the Web Warriors with Miss Marvel, and I make them mostly striker. However, it's not really working out the way I wanted it to. I'm curious if this would be a better fit. I think it might. That cleanse on them could help until we get Spider-Punk, and then you'll probably be running them on offense, I think. They don't make for a great defensive team. They are really dodgy, but you kind of have to have a high investment, and then you're basically hoping that RNG gets the win. And it can. I mean, it can. And when these are new, it's a good idea to put them in on defense also. But I think eventually most of us are going to be running them as an offensive team because most of us are probably going to be building them up to 600-700K. Great investment in these web warriors, by the way. So we've got Raider, Striker, Raider. I do like Scarlet Spider as a striker. You're gonna get more damage out of him as a raider once you get Punk Spider on the team, giving him the extra crit chance, and then you'll get more crit damage and stuff out of him that way. So I think until you get Spider Punk in here, you might consider the striker because you're gonna get more control out of him. But of course, that's more of an offensive build. Over here on Spider-Man, he should probably be a skirmisher to make sure his stun lands. I don't like him as a striker. You could also make him a raider would be another choice, but I think skirmisher is the way to go, just so that stun really lands. Give him the focus boost. But of course, you got him up into the blue, so maybe it's too late. Maybe the striker's just how it's gonna be. Then Squirrel Girl is a healer, that's fine. You could invest more into your Squirrel Girl. I'm finding she has a lot of hybrid uses and stuff like that, but it's probably not a high priority or anything like that. It's just if I were coming into this team, I'd probably clip her off real fast because she's almost half the power level of some of these tunes. Or well, 2/3 the power level, I guess. But yeah, all in all, it's a good build. I like where you're going with this. I think there's some tweaks you could make, but they're going to be expensive because you've already gone past it a little bit. Like I said, this guy's probably gonna be a raider once you get Spider Punk, but for those of you who haven't built the team yet, before you get Spider Punk, you might just want to put him like a level 1 striker for the control feature and run him on offense if you want. Okay, so yeah, this is like an A- then. I think we could have done some better stuff. It's almost too late to go back and fix it now. Team number 9. This is a Mercs with Surfer and Emma. People are doing a lot of weird things with their Mercs now because they're so over the hill. It's kind of like the Wave 1 Avengers, how we're trying out different things because there's so many counters. We're doing things to stop those counters. So this is an interesting one. You've got the early cleanse. You've got RNG coming off a Silver Surfer, doing an ability block, blowing people up. As a healer, I like that. You're going to get lots of heal for this team, and then you go Striker Skirmisher on the Mercs. That's pretty good. I think this team has got some survivability. I haven't seen this one yet. It's new. It's interesting. I think you're doing everything right here. Wow, Surfer's never gonna die, right? Because he's getting the adjacent healing here. He's a healer. He's going so fast. He's healing himself every turn. That's fantastic. Okay, I'm giving you an A+ for this team. I don't see anything wrong or that you could do anything better. It's also a new defense that I haven't seen before. It's very interesting. I like it. Might get blown up easy. I might be missing something. Come in here fast with like a Hella Zemo team and spread some ability blocks around. I don't know. We'll see. But it does look pretty good, so I like that one. Good job. And team number 10, H for H, Fortifier, Skirmisher, Striker, Raider, perfect placement, perfect ISOs, great investment level. This 500 level is really good. You're building Shang-Chi up to go in other places, but people are going to see this. They're going to see, hey, I need an Infinity Watch, or I need a Weapon X, or maybe my Eternals or something to come in here and beat this, and that's all they're really good for at this point. There is the case to be made that you want to build your H for H up to 1 million or something, so that maybe they come in with an Infinity Watch and lose the match or something like that. I mean, that's fine, but in a min-max situation, this is the minimum that you want to max them out to. And of course, if you want to take them to the max, then go nuts. I mean, if you like the team, I just don't like the team. I'm not using Shang-Chi for anything else. I mean, being that you are building Shang-Chi up, you might consider putting more in. The other thing is, I just noticed this actually. Colleen Wing here. She's one of your heavy damage dealers. You really want to make sure that you've got the proper T4s and enough gear in her that she's doing damage. She's putting those bleeds, those heavy duty bleeds out on the entire team because she's doing so much counter assisting and counter attacking or whatever. So you might put some more points in her. It would make this team work a lot better. It's strange that you've got this heavy investment in these two guys. That's probably from an older build, a Defenders or something maybe. But all in all, this is still looking good. You don't need to do anything to it. It's an A. Maybe, I mean, I kind of want to say A- because you could bring up Colleen Wing, but it's getting done what you need it to do. So I guess I'm going to give it an A. Okay, this has been Varelik's defense. If you want your defense featured, you better get a hold of me soon. The list is pretty long. I've got 9 or 10 people on it already. So that means, you know, it's 2 or 3 weeks out if you want to get your defense featured. Links in the description below. Just contact me on Discord. Hit me up. I'll say hi. I'll get you on the list and then later talk to you and you can send me the pics when we're getting closer to your turn. Like and subscribe for more videos and all that jazz. Remember, don't just have a good game. Be good to each other and yourselves and all them and that. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.